Audio Jungle.
Good day, you are now watching UM News Channel. I'm Teresa. Today the hottest issue is fossil fuels. For the past 100 years, we have come to rely more and more on fossil fuels. They powered the Industrial Revolution and helped to turn the world into what it is today. However, it is becoming increasingly obvious that our reliance on fossil fuels is causing us problems that we have to address. The fact is, we are running out of fossil fuels. It won't happen tomorrow, but sooner or later, we can no longer rely on them to power our economy. Unless we have a plan in place to address this issue, we are going to have a huge problem. Although we are a long way from running out of fossil fuels, it is important that we start planning for alternatives. It will take a long time to get the alternatives to the point that they are actually a viable alternative. That's why we must start planning for our unknown future. The other problem with fossil fuels is the increasing demand for them. As countries with large population like China and India become more and more developed, they are going to use an increasing amount of fossil fuels. The stated goals of the Chinese government is to get to a level where every Chinese family owns a car. If this were to actually happen, it would require more than the world's total oil production to fuel them. The increasing competition for an already limited resource is going to send the price soaring. People are already upset with the high fuel prices, while in reality they are very likely to go much higher. When this happens, it is going to do real damage to the economy of the nations that rely on fossil fuels imported from overseas. There is environmental damage in getting the fossil fuel out of the ground, and there is environmental damage when we burn them as a fuel source. That means we either need to find a way to reduce the damage done by fossil fuels, or we need to find an alternate energy source. Right now, there are a number of alternatives out there in the world.
Hydroenergy is the energy produced through the use of gravitational force of falling or flowing water. Solar energy. Solar energy is the light and heat harnessed from the sun using a range of evolving technology. Wind energy. Wind energy is the electrical energy produced using wind turbine by converting wind into useful form of energy. Geothermal energy. Geothermal energy is the thermal energy generated and stored in the earth, an energy that determines the temperature of matter. Bioenergy. Bioenergy is a renewable energy made available from materials derived from biological sources such as wood, straw, sugarcane.
But none of them have actually reached a point where they are viable alternatives to fossil fuels.
A wave in motion. has a trough and a crack. There is a wave height between a wave trough and a wave crack. When the boy bobs up and down in the wave, an oscillatory mutual force reaction is generated between the freely moving absorber and the heavy plate, causing the hydraulic pump in between to rotate a generator, thus producing electricity. It is connected with low voltage cables to underwater substation pods. From there, it is connected to shore with subsea cables. The advantages of wave energy. Firstly, wave energy is a source of power that comes from the endless march of the waves as they roll onto the shore, then back out again. Secondly, it is environmental friendly. Power from the waves creates no harmful byproducts such as gas, waste, and pollution. The energy from waves can be taken directly into electricity producing machinery and used to power generators and power plants nearby. Thirdly, it is abundant and widely available. Many big cities and harbors are next to the ocean and they can harness the power of the waves for their use. The biggest advantages of wave power against most of the other alternative energy sources is that it is easily predictable and can be used to calculate the amount of energy that it can produce. The wave energy is consistent. Besides, dependence on foreign companies for fossil fuels can be reduced if energy from wave power can be extracted up to its maximum. Not only it will help to curb air pollution, but it can also provide green jobs to millions of people. Lastly, wave power does not cause any damage to Earth. It is safe, clean.
Thank you for watching UM News channel. Have a nice day.